So as you may know, I am a designer. So I'm a designer as well as a WordPress-based website developer. And as a designer, something I do pretty regularly is I like to stay pretty active in the design community. This means that I'm reading a number of design blogs, I'm looking at portfolio sites like Dribbble, or there's a number of different places I go just to see what other designers are creating. And again, just to kind of stay up to date with where trends are going, with what companies are doing, with what's kind of mainstream in the design industry today, as I'm sure you do for your market. If you're a writer, I'm sure you read a lot of what other writers are writing. If you're a videographer, I'm sure you are looking at footage of what people are creating and all the different things that people are doing in your market or in your industry. This is just how we stay kind of cutting edge with whatever trade we are a part of or whatever type of craft that we do. So one of the things I've found really interesting and I've noticed in the design community specifically over the last few years has been the focus upon a way that something looks. So when most people think of design, especially designers, they tend to think of something like icons or buttons or color or typography or the very visual elements of design. And so one of the things I've been coming back to over and over again over the last few years, and I've written a number of articles as well just kind of on this topic, which is that design isn't about the way something looks, it's about the way something works, to paraphrase Steve Jobs. And that always has been true. Design is all about the plan and the execution to end at a specific goal. So an interesting way to think about it is if you are a writer, if you're a blogger, if you are running a business, if you produce products of any type, whether they're digital or physical, you are a designer. Because what you are doing is you're outlining a specific plan or method for doing something. If you create an online course, you have to design that online course. You have to map out all the modules. You have to map out all of the videos that you're going to do. The same thing for the chapters in a book. So design goes far beyond the way something looks. This is an analogy I like to use pretty frequently with some of the clients that I work with, which is that think about if you were building a house. Think about if you had a nice open lot and you got to design your own house. Then think about design in the way that most designers do, which is that I need to pick out the trim, I need to pick out the color scheme, I need to pick out the font that I'm going to use on the number that goes right outside the house, on the mailbox, like fonts, colors, and just kind of the way it looks on the outside. And then completely ignore the foundation, where the windows go, the heating, the stairs, the room layout, the size, the actual design of the entire house. It's not going to be a very good house by the time you're all said and done. So when it comes to whatever type of business that you're building, I like to recommend that you come at it from a rightly designed standpoint, which is that whatever it is you're building, plan it out in such a way as to create it inside and out in a way that's going to be most effective for your target market. I'm in the design and web design industry. So what I do, a big part of design for me is building a website, not just with the colors and fonts and typography, those things are important, but nowhere near as important as the user experience. In a previous video, I talked about the membership platform University, which we redesigned from the ground up. And everything that went into that, from the way that the pages and the sites and the content is laid out, from the search functionality, everything built into that was design. The colors, the typography, and the more external pieces to the project itself, again, they're important, but they're about 10% of the overall process. So again, one of the things just want to recommend and keep in mind as you're creating your own platform and your own brand is to design things in such a way as to put function over form, to make sure that it operates and it solves a specific problem for your audience, and put that far and above the way that it looks. Same applies to a brand. A lot of people, when you say the word brand, they think of a logo, some colors, and fonts. When a brand goes to the very heart and nature of everything that you do, from the way that you write your emails, to the copy on your website, to the specific products you choose to offer, services and products that you offer, all of those things are a part of your brand. So hopefully that gives you some clarity, and next time you hear a designer talking about, fonts and colors are design, you can kind of correct them and let them know, no, design goes far beyond just the way something looks. It's the way that something works. So I hope you found this video helpful. We're going to be coming out with a whole slew of new resources, tools, and tips over at Rightly Design. So if you're not already a Rightly subscriber, go to rightly.tv/subscribe. Also, I'd really appreciate it. Just give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Scroll on down, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.